Hey guys, I hope everyone's having a good Friday. I wanted to jump on here and give a update about the Kehlani Rogers case. I had posted about it over the weekend, that she had been missing, and actually while I was in the middle of writing it, she was found. And at the time, we weren't told like all the details about how she was found or anything about, what had happened. The only thing we knew was her parents had reported her missing and reported that they thought a woman had her that they had allowed to stay overnight at their house. Apparently, this is a woman that's unknown to them, and I guess gave them some sob story and said she had no place to go, so they allowed her to stay there. And unfortunately, now they're being investigated by CPS for that decision, to allow a stranger around their child. But, I kind of feel bad for them because clearly they're good people. It's just, it seems like they are, a little too trusting. But so because the woman, her name's Marina, was gone as well, they, obviously assumed that she had taken Kehlani. So Amber Alert went out, and they ended up actually being found at a gas station. The gas station attendant evidently saw them walk in and recognized them from the Amber Alert. And while they were both, in the bathroom, he apparently slipped out and went up to a truck that was a moving company. And apparently they are there a lot. Like every morning, it's a regular thing before they go off to work. They stop and get breakfast. And so the gas station attendant went up to the truck and asked if they could block Marina in, and explained why he wanted them to do that. He wanted to call 911 and give the police time to be there, before she leaves. So, the movers agreed. They moved their truck up and blocked her way. And if they hadn't, she would have left before the cops came, and they would have had to chase her to catch her. And that obviously could have ended very badly, especially with a child in the car. So those men are heroes. The gas station attendant, the movers, in my book, they saved this little girl. So they blocked her in. The police were able to come and surround her. They retrieved Kehlani. Evidently, Kehlani is, physically fine. She is safe. And Marina, when she was questioned by police, she initially told them that she took Kehlani because she was her daughter. And then later she recanted that and said that she wasn't her daughter, but that she had thought she was, that she was confused or something like that. The police also had stated that she was on drugs, apparently. I believe they said meth. So I don't know if, she was high at that time and that is why she thought this. There was some talk about a story that she possibly gave the parents, like in her sob story, that she had a child that died, but I don't know anything more on that. But so whether she actually had a daughter and got high and thought this child was hers. I don't know, but she did recant it and say that she knows Kehlani is not hers. So that is, for now at least, the end of that story. Obviously, she's going to be charged and, prosecuted and all of that if she doesn't plead guilty. So I will follow that. And then the other story that I wanted to quickly update on was the Nancy Guthrie case. So as my article had said earlier, later last night, they are basically turning the house over to the family. And reportedly that is what was going on the day before. When the FBI were there, like a bunch of vehicles showed up, people were walking around the property, and it reportedly it was FBI. There was a Pima County homicide detective there and prosecutors. And reportedly they were giving the house a last look over before turning the house back over to the family. And so then, as the other update I have on that is pretty interesting. There is a video that was released and obtained by a reporter / YouTuber, I believe. I'm not familiar with him, but Brian Enton evidently is friends with him, and Brian was able to get the footage from him and showed it on his show. I'll try to link it on my page as well. It's really just, it's just a car going by. So, but yeah, the footage is from a neighbor's front door camera, and it is like at 2:30 something in the morning, the night or the morning that allegedly Nancy disappeared. And it shows a white car driving very fast, it seems, past. And I don't know if you guys remember, but initially they did say something about a white car, that a white van might be something that they were looking for, but then we didn't hear any more about it. So whether this white car is involved, I don't know, but it's just interesting. Not many people are out at that time and driving fast, like they're trying to get away from something. But what's even more interesting is the fact that the sheriff did not seem to know it existed, which is confusing, because you would think that he would have gone around to all the neighbors' houses, and tried to obtain their footage. At least I believe, if I'm not wrong, I believe he said that they had done that. I might be wrong. I don't know anymore. Like, I have whiplash with this guy. Like, truly, I have tried so hard to, I've been very critical of him at times, but I've also tried very hard to be fair to him and try to put myself in his position. I'm not in law enforcement. I don't know, what that job is like. So, but I'm telling you, I've had to struggle to find anything positive to say about this man. It's just, so the fact that he did not know it existed, apparently, is not surprising to me. It's interesting, but it's not surprising. I don't know what to believe anymore from him. Truly, I'm starting to, anything he says or doesn't say, I just disregard, because it's always the opposite of what is happening. Like, I really feel like we're all being punked. That's what I'm starting to feel like here with him. Like, that this has to be some weird, like, I don't know. It's just, I've never seen a law enforcement official behave the way that he does. It's just very strange to me. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see what, if anything, comes from that video footage. But it is interesting that, nobody seemed to have it, and evidently they weren't making the rounds. Whether the FBI had it, I don't know. There's nothing on that end. They might have, decided to go around and collect footage and know about it, and surprise, surprise, the sheriff just wasn't informed. I don't know. Hopefully somebody knows about it before now, but I don't know. This is a circus, guys. Like, truly, I don't even know. I'm just very concerned more and more that, like, this is going to go unsolved for years. It just seems like so much was messed up from the very start in the way that they, Pima County worked this case. I just have a bad feeling about it. And, it's really sad, because it does seem like the family, and especially Savannah, is kind of resigned to the fact now that her mom is probably no longer with us. You could tell from her last video that she posted. And also, it's rumored that she is going to be going back to New York City soon. Whether that is fact or not, I don't know. But that is what I've been hearing, that she is, because her children are there, her husband are there. She has small children. They're most likely in school. And you have to go home sometime, Like, it has, like, I feel so bad. It must be such a hard decision for her to make. Even though she can't really help by being there, I can imagine, the struggle of, deciding to walk away essentially from there, where you still don't know where your mom is. But, we just gotta keep praying and keep our fingers crossed for them, for the family. And, I'm still hoping for a good outcome, but I just have a really bad feeling that this is just, I'm worried that too much was messed up too early, and that it could cost, the cost could be never finding out what happened to Nancy Guthrie. But if there are any other updates on either case, or any big breaking news, I will jump back on and talk about it. But otherwise, I hope all of you have a great rest of your Friday. Okay, bye guys.